What's up, YouTube? Today I wanted to talk about why I'm leaning more towards gold than I am silver, but why I'm not totally giving up on silver. Last week there was a special on these Canadian Mint Special Force 1/10 ounce at just above spot, and with credit card discount is really close to spot, if not at spot. And considering 1/10 ounce usually has a premium because of the size, I decided to pick these up and put them next to other 1/10 ounce that I purchased at spot, which you'll see later. But for now, let's take a look at that nice 1 ounce gold Britannia that I picked up last time. I really like that piece and just wanted to emphasize the nice density of gold in 1 ounce form. Whereas now we're looking at a recent pickup as well, which are the 2018 Canadian Maples. And it's something that I wanted to pick up only because they said they had this new shielding or this new technique to reduce milk spots, and I wanted to see for myself whether or not it's going to happen. So this is the 2018 Silver Maple. Normally I don't get a lot of maples, but like I said, this particular year for the 2018 I wanted to get it. I was looking through my records and it turns out that I got these for $4.78 with the 15% eBay Bucks coupon, and that knocked off an extra $71, which brought this entire tube down to about 400. Just under 400, just over 400, sorry. So the obvious difference between silver and gold is the density and how much you can stack for the same amount of space, and the value per dollar per density for 1 ounce. So we have several different versions, and many of you already know and heard of the GSR ratio, the gold to silver ratio, and how it's at about 80 to 1 right now. So 1 ounce of gold is equal to about 80 ounces of silver, roughly. Towards the beginning of my channel, I was mainly a silver stacker, and I've built up quite a stack of silver, which is fairly heavy and was pretty annoying moving back and forth from my box. And now I've leaned more towards the gold side only because it's a lot lighter and you can put a lot more value into a lot less space. Another big reason is also that I have more discretionary funds now than I did before because I'm used to saving more now than I was back then. One thing that comes with stacking maturity is the ability to save more and live life a little bit more frugally. I'm sure that many of you who've done stacking for the first 1 to 3 years have noticed by the 3rd or 4th year that you're just spending less money all around. What I find myself doing is looking for better value more often than not, and if it's not a good value, then I'll just wait until it is, or wait until I'm closer to actually needing it, but I won't buy it because I want it. And this is mainly for material things, brand name clothes, just electronics, things that get dated pretty easily and quickly. And when I save up the funds, then I use them more towards spending on things that I can actually recoup most of my funds. I do think gold and silver is a decent place to park money right now, rather than just keeping it in the bank. But don't get me wrong, I do think it's a good thing to have cash on the side and there just in case of emergency. The way I look at it is it's good to have different classes, asset classes that move at different speeds. I've always said this, and I still follow it to this day. Some money that I can spend now, some money that it takes me a while to spend, and it takes me some time to get. This way, I always have some short-term money, some mid-term money, and some long-term money, and all appreciating at varying rates. And as one reaches a level, I just redistribute to the other levels. And as you can see, I'm moving up as I grow up because, I'm still young, I'm still hungry, and I'm still going after it. These PMs are more just cold storage when I actually need to make a big purchase, say a real estate, and then I'll go grab these, go to a dealer, and cash them in. But on the other side, I have some collector pieces. I can go to some collectors. Hopefully they've appreciated. So that way, then the rate of appreciation is still good. I can still make money on some collectibles that I keep if I decide to keep them. One thing I notice is that each year there's usually 1 or 2 winners that get sold off as bullion for bullion price. In this case, you saw the Wedgetail Eagle Not sure if that's going to be a great win, but at the time they were selling them at spot. I believe it was either 106 or 116 at the time, and then now they're definitely worth more than that, and a little bit more than spot, I believe. So whether it's gold or silver, it doesn't really matter as long as you're saving and putting money away. It's just a different way of spending where you're not buying a phone, something that you know will depreciate over time. And though PMs might depreciate in the short term, they do have their runs at specific times in our lifetime. And it could be either gold or silver, so it doesn't really matter what you choose. It just whatever fits your budget and the space that you can have. So for me, I was running out. I don't keep things on site, so I don't have a lot of space. One thing that I've learned over the years with the type of stacking that I've done is that at first I used stacking to learn how to save money. And by that, at least store value and buy stuff that I could resell with limited downside risk and some upside potential if I held for a long time. 2017, 2018 was a very fortunate year for me, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to repeat it. So locking it down in these coins and then putting them away will be a nice reminder in 5 to 10 years. And hopefully I can keep continuing it each year. So one thing about this hobby is consistency. This one was also picked up, this 1/10 ounce, for spot. I think it was around 120 back in the day. So these have come up a bit, and when I see 1/10 ounce at spot, that's usually when I'll pick it up. There is some downside risk to the gold price in the summertime. It happens every summer before it bottoms out in the winter. But it's okay. Right now, I got scratched that itch. I'm just going to chill after this for a little bit. These were pretty big buys for me, and I'll just take my loop and start to enjoy them a little bit more. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and if you liked, please comment, like, and subscribe.